Hey, Mark Rodriguez here, and you're watching the review Sanctum, where everything and anything may be reviewed, and with me is...
Jupi Chan, also known as Ninja Jupi, or just call me Wendy. Hi, everybody.
Yes, and they're talking about the Joker sequel. I'm just going to call it Joker 2. I know it's called Folie, Deux, or something like that, but for the sake of me not looking it up right now, let's just call it Joker 2. But, yeah, so I went to see the movie, and what can we say? It was a movie. We had fun, we went out, and the popcorn was good. Just thought it was very refreshing, and that's pretty much all we can say.
The lemonade was good too.
Yeah. So, okay, so there are going to be some spoilers here, but we're not going to go into the ending. The ending's a pretty big one, so we'll leave that up to you guys. The movie is, super new, just came out, stuff like that. I think we actually saw it the day before.
We saw it the Thursday night before that. The main Friday showing. So.
Yeah, so this is still technically speaking the opening weekend. We're not going to be douchey. We're not going to ruin the ending. But,
the spoiler is, Joker's in the movie!
Oh my god. How could you? Anyways, the plot's kind of weird because this time the movie takes the approach of it being more of a musical and everything, so a lot of it is a lot of singing and stuff.
And here's something with me is like, I'm one of those people that don't hang online as much as everybody else, so I didn't even know it was a musical. I just knew where Joker 2 was coming out, so I legit went in knowing absolutely nothing, except that it's going to be Joker, Gaga's playing Harley Quinn, and that's it.
Yeah. So the movie's about 2 years after the first one, and within the movie storyline. I forgot how long the actual movie was, the first one, but it takes place 2 years later, and Arthur Fleck, of course, the Joker, is in jail, and he's finally going to see his day in court.
Yep, locked up in Arkham.
Yep, locked up in Arkham. He goes to some place that has like music and art or something, where he meets Lady Gaga's character.
It's like the other part of Arkham, so you got like one side that's like probably for your really, really insane type of criminals or really violent criminals, like in some places. Then you got the other side, like the lower security, where you have like maybe like the people that can they check themselves in, or maybe they're in because they have maybe a mental health breakdown, and they're doing different types of like they're doing like maybe different types of therapy sessions, that type of situation.
Yeah. So he meets Lady Gaga's character there, which is I guess their version of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Lee Quinn.
Yep.
Something.
Lee Quinzel.
Yeah, Lee Quinzel.
Yeah, and I guess she falls for him. She's a big Joker fan, that we're used to in other media. She watched, I guess, made a TV movie of him, so she watched the movie a whole bunch of times. She's really in love with the persona of the Joker and what he represents and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the singing and musical type stuff is like them singing into songs like love stuff, or they're like on stage and like doing like these big performances. And honestly speaking, those are very well done. Despite everything else, the dancing or performing, stuff like that. I did see a couple of people online. Obviously, you're expecting that from Lady Gaga, but they were acting about, okay, so but how did Joaquin Phoenix do? But yeah, he was singing
See,
it.
the thing with Joaquin,
he was dancing it.
Yeah, the thing with Joaquin Phoenix, in a general sense, I will give this movie credit for this. He is a very talented actor in a general sense. I mean, when he takes a role, he really puts himself into it. He's still like, what 90 pounds? He had to be super slim and...
I almost thought that was Darby Allin.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, all that stuff, just like in the first one. And, even in the first movie, even with the way he would do in the dance, how he would make sure he would get it, just right. So same thing with this one. Even with the singing, he did good with the singing.
And good like tap dancing and everything.
Yeah, the tap. So that just shows how talented he is, and it makes me wonder how his brother would have turned out.
Yeah, and so that's what's going on with the movie. Basically, for people that don't know, because unfortunately the way I think a lot of the trailers and stuff are advertising it, it does make it look like it's kind of like a Harley and Joker go on to town and do stuff or whatever. Because the advertising does not show that it's a musical, or there's no mention.
See, I had no idea.
Musical,
yeah, that's the thing with me. I had no idea it was a musical until we went in there. Everything started. Why are they doing so much singing? That you said it's a musical. Wait, what?
yeah. So there's a lot of it and everything.
Yeah.
And so most of the movie, for what people didn't like or whatever, is that most of it does deal with the courtroom stuff and what's going to happen, and then of course all the musical numbers and things like that. And As for the movie itself, what can I say? It was a very confusing movie, I guess, with the plot, and I guess we kept waiting to see where the story was going, but it didn't really seem to go anywhere.
There was no real line blurring like the first movie, like what was reality and what wasn't. I mean, there were some scenes, this can't be real, that was real, okay. Like things. So.
Yeah, this one is like, obviously every time there's a musical number, you could tell that didn't happen in real life. I mean, there's times that there's like in court, he starts like, this was real, he'd be shot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But, or him trying to walk out the courtroom like, excuse you, you're the defendant here, you go back to the older cell,
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, I'm not sure what else we can say about the movie without spoiling too much. Of course, we got Harvey Dent as the district attorney going against him. I'm surprised he was that young, though, because I knew he was in the movie, but then when I saw the guy and I looked, that's Harvey Dent? Yeah, he looked like a damn kid. And
but then again, look at Bruce. For the first movie, he's actually still, wait a minute!
Yeah, but how young can you be and still be a district attorney, though?
No. I'm just ignoring that. I thought Bruce and Harvey would be closer in age anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about the first movie. Bruce was, like 12 years old or something?
Yeah. Which, by the way, they weren't in this movie at all.
No.
Now, one thing I do kind of want to say, I do like that the movie did kind of bring up a lot of stuff in the first movie, but more, I guess, more context or more things during the movie, during the defendants in the stands. I don't want to ruin everyone, but it did bring in that lady from the first movie, that the one that Joker had this relationship with, that we later find. Oh, thank you, I forgot her name. With Sophie, that we later realized that the whole thing was in his head. He was never with her at all. He just met her, once or twice later, but they weren't actually dating or nothing. It was all in his head. So here we get to see her confront him and be on court and mention, that I just knew him from this, whatever,
sort of like, it was more like, hey, see him upstairs every once in a while, see him every once in a while, I talked to his mother every once, they all lived in the same building, but there was nothing more than that, which you really could have gotten from the first movie anyway, if you saw the little clues there. Like I said, I figured something was up with that.
Yeah, but that's the description.
But this here, it kind of really, like
yeah, we didn't get to hear more from her. Honestly speaking, we don't get to see much of her perspective except for that moment that he was in the apartment in the first one. So now we get to hear more about what she was thinking, what she was worried about, and all that kind of. It just kind of, and I think in a certain way, kind of carries it home for him too, to hear all that.
Yeah. And
stuff like that. He never, in the first movie, he never really got to fully face that,
No.
And this one he did, and stuff like that. But one thing I don't want to spoil again, but I mean, the movie is up to you guys, but let's just say it undoes, sort of, and backtracks a lot of stuff from the first movie.
That's something I actually liked about the first movie. The second movie kind of undoes it.
Yeah, now the thing is, the first movie was supposed to be a standalone movie, and we thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, Arthur Fleck, I mean, he still is very far removed from being like the Joker we would know in the comics or whatever.
Yeah.
But since that movie was a standalone movie, you leave it up to your imagination to what happens next or what he does. How does he become, whatever the Joker?
How does he fully become, Joker to Batman? That type of setup too.
Yeah. And then you had Bruce Wayne getting his parents killed in the first movies and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I thought that it worked as a standalone movie to just leave it up to your imagination, leave it up to your assumption. We don't need to see a sequel, because honestly speaking, the way Arthur's character is written and how all the stuff happened to him in the first movie, where it wasn't really his fault, so to speak, in certain parts.
It's like the nature versus nurture argument.
Yeah, but also the fact that he did stuff because he did stuff. He didn't do it to start a big uprising movement that he had all these fans. That just came out of nowhere. That was beyond his control. It was not, doing that with that provocation.
But the thing that's cool about it, because based on how we know our version of Joker, is that he does like the havoc, he does like that craziness. And it's that interesting that was the result at the end of the first movie. So wow, so that's cool, but that's leading to the Joker that we do know.
Yeah.
And he will probably embrace that,
Yeah. But I still feel like it would have been a challenge to do, and I feel like, again, it would just been better.
It just shouldn't have had a second movie. Yeah, and it shouldn't have had a second movie.
Just assume that he'll become the Joker we know, and no matter, let the fans discuss and debate how it would happen, but we didn't have to actually see it, So this movie undoes a lot of that. This movie, unfortunately, if you're hoping to see that and the trailers kind of look like that, you know, that's not going to happen in this movie. I'll leave it at that. You guys can watch it for yourself and find out the hard way, like we had to. But,
and I went, like, you know, I had to wake up super early for work the next morning.
Yeah.
I sacrificed my sleep for that movie.
I know. Ricky Rock's heard a bit of stuff, and he had, like, non-spoilery thoughts, but he did, like, stuff like that. He did mention that a lot of stuff is undone. A lot of stuff, like, makes it to the point where what's the point of this movie, but also what's the point of the first movie and all
It's
that.
sort of like my critique of Frozen 2. See, Frozen 2 kind of undoes stuff from the first movie and makes the parents just awful people, in my opinion.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's all we can say, guys. I don't want to spoil it. Maybe I don't know, a month later we could go back and kind of look at it and give that whole thing.
Or at least maybe in a couple of weeks or so, and then we can give our full thoughts on things we disliked, things we liked.
Because I'm thinking we're going to be ranking for that one.
Yeah, a bit more.
But right now it's hard to. Again, opening weekend, we're not going to be douchey, but
ending though, that ended. That
ending. And also, like I said, if you're expecting the big, like, this is the movie, this is where he really becomes a Joker, we see him like whatever, and Hardy's like celebrating and you know, inspiring. No. That's not what we're gonna get with this movie.
I think the problem with this movie, it was just too much Arthur Fleck and not enough Joker.
Yeah, that too. In fact, I think for the sake of that, like you said, that's why they made him have to take the Joker makeup into court. Because they ain't no way it's going to happen in real life. They ain't going to let no person dress up like their, you know, persona or something. But I guess it was an excuse so that at least there is more Joker in the movie.
That's like John Wayne Gacy going to court dressed up like Pogo the Clown.
Exactly. But and I was even curious if that was, but no, I mean, I think that was played, like, it did happen. It wasn't in his head and everything.
No, I don't think so. I think that was actually reality. And I'm done.
That's just good.
And the Harley and Joker well, I will say this about the Harley Joker relationship. It's kind of similar to Batman animated series. You know, Harley's character there, you know, this is where her character was originally introduced. She worked for Arkham and all that stuff. You know, she was the psychiatrist or whatever, and she fell for Joker based on her psychiatry work with him. Just in this case, it's just it's not direct, it's more indirect that she falls for him. Yeah. Because she's still, I don't want to spoil, but it's still kind of like that. And that's how she falls for him from a psychiatry standpoint too. So it's still there. It's just a different execution of it, that's all. Yeah. And then, she was good. I know a lot of people, I don't know. I don't know what the general consensus is on Lady Gaga herself, but I know a lot of people were kind of like, oh, she's going to be in the movie or whatever. But in my opinion, she's good. She did a good job in the movie. She played the character great, you know, at least this version of the character, not the classic Harley Quinn we know, but the Harley Quinn that fits within this version. Universe, you know, just like how Arthur Fleck is a very different Joker, you know. The only thing I did get, I hate to say it, like one thing I didn't know was the musical. Second of all, I got sick of every time there was a musical number, she had to sing again. That's just how I felt. I don't have anything against Lady Gaga or her music. I like a few songs here and there, but I just think I was just getting, it was just too much for me. I think it was just getting to that point. Yeah. But, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the last thing I did want to say, one point that was brought up is that I think the musical would have also been a bit more entertaining if they had a couple of like all original songs. They were just singing, you know, pre-existing songs, like their cover of it and stuff. Again, it was good. I like the performances. I like the Joaquin, you know, doing the tap dance. Like, yeah, he was getting down there, you know. I like the little Sonny and Cher thing they were doing. Yeah. You know, with their the Sonny and Cher show they were doing. Yeah, I love all that stuff. It's just the rest of the movie is what suffers through it. Yeah, but, in fact, it's a musical with a core drama thrown into it. Yeah. And that's just, I don't think anyone would expect that for a Joker sequel. Like, if you ask someone, how would you make a sequel to the Joker movie that came out, I don't think anyone's going to be saying, ooh, court drama mixed with a musical. Yeah. Cop rock! A modern day version of cop rock. I know some of you younger people don't know what the heck cop rock is, but it's an early 90s show that didn't last long. Look it up. Alright
Alright guys, so yeah, basically it for this episode of the Review Sanctum. We might come back to it later because...
No, I want to come back to it later.
Okay, to go full on rant, but this is like, you know, opening weekend and all that stuff.
And, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is Mark Rodriguez signing off here.
And this is Wendy signing off, and I guarantee you I will not be seeing this movie more than once like I did the first one.
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, I saw it the second. The first one's like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, same here.
Because Johnny came to visit me, and he came to visit me like just like the last days before taking the movie out, and you haven't seen it yet, so hey, might as well go see it one more time. You know?
I saw it about 2 or 3 too, same reason. And I didn't mind re-seeing it because I thought it was that good of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well anyways guys, see you next time, and hey, the soda was good, the popcorn was good.
Yeah, 1983 was a fun year.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was doing, but 83 was a fun year.
Yeah, I don't remember much, well okay, they're musical, I don't remember no jokers on there. Anyways, see you next time guys. I must have missed that TV movie.
Yeah, I did too. I must have did. I mean, it happened in 81, probably came out in 82, then they had the trial in 83.